Welcome back, everyone. I hope you are having somewhat of a good day. We're going to be going over what's happening in the market right now. We were following it very closely yesterday. I've been following it very closely over the night. Today is pretty important for where the market's heading. We are still in a downtrend as of right now. It's still looking just as bearish as it did yesterday. We did have a little breakout over the night, which is expected. Nothing's just going to drop to the bottom over an extended period of time. You always are going to have these retracements upwards a few percent. But I do expect, like we've had in the past, probably have a third sizable dip. That's what we're really planning for, as that's what the charts are showing. So let's get into the charts. Well, I do have something else to show you guys, by the way. I did RSI thing and I did not have it on the weekly. So we're going to pull this up. This is an indicator. Let me pull up my indicators. This is the known trading RSI and EMA control zones. If you guys put this on the 1 day, right? You're not supposed to put it on the 1 day, right? You guys are supposed to put it, this is the 1 day that I was showing. You're supposed to put it to the 1 week, right? If you look at the 1 week zone, we still have a lot more to go down on the RSI compared to the last dips, just pointing that out. So I know we had a sizable run up here, but we'll probably get into this red zone right here, which is around 44 to around 40 would be some good buy zones during this. Okay, so this is the RSI Relative Strength Index and EMA zone. We will probably have around this red zone where it would be safe to buy, in my opinion. We'll follow up on that throughout the next couple weeks. Everyone's getting a little scared, right? We're not scared on this channel. We're never scared on this channel because we have liquidity in our portfolio. We have flexibility, as I've been teaching you guys stop loss. I've been teaching you guys how to trade these dips. And I really hope that you guys understand that most of these people that we're hodling, they're down significant amounts. And a lot of you guys that have been following along are up significant amounts through these dips that we've had over the past few weeks. And we do have a few things in the charts that I'm going to get into where I do see some sort of downtrend, but I do see some great opportunities to trade the dips at some of these channels. You guys are like, why are there so many lines on the screen? Well, these are just ranges short term that we've had. And what's in range? Okay, so a range is a support and a resistance level, or two resistance levels, right? So these up here would be resistance ranges, right? These down here would be support ranges. And you need to stay in between two of these, and that's normally where things will bounce up and down from. And it's very, very good for any of you guys that are trying to get into these buy orders at the right spot. You want to be buying at the bottom of the range. You want to be shorting at the top of the range. And this is just on the 5-minute time frame. So normally you guys would want to be doing this on like a 15 minute to at least 30-minute time frame. I am doing a little bit of day trading. I was doing that yesterday on the stream with quite a few success actually. But let's get into the charts. Why am I bearish, and why should you guys be very careful right now? Let's go to last night. Okay, so last night we had this little sizable pump from this 34,700 level of around 6% in Bitcoin. Then we had this downtrend, and we still haven't broken out of it completely. And why did it pump last night? What happened? Well, there's a thing called institutional candles, right? We talked about this on the stream. It was a long stream, but you guys need to understand that these institutions, they're in crypto right now, and what are they doing? They're trading crypto, and crypto is a very, very traded asset, very, very highly leveraged asset, and they'll pump up the market. And they'll have these large candles where they will hit these people's liquidations, or they'll hit these people's stop loss, and really do this at crucial points. And this will screw over a lot of these retail investors who do not have good stop losses set up, or do not have some good trades going, I guess you can say. Yes, you can have the best trade also, by the way, and it could still get screwed over by these institutional candles. You see one here. You see one here, right? These are two right here. And any large candle to the downside or the upside, if it's large enough, they're called institutional candles. And you guys can really see them down here and down here when we had these dips. But yeah, you guys, if you're trading, you need to be looking out for those. How do you avoid them? Well, you put your stop loss 3 or 4% above where this candle could be. And normally, let's say 70 to 60% of the time you will avoid getting liquidated by these, and then maybe you can put in another short or another long, wherever it might be at your certain range. And you guys got to understand that right now we are in this downtrend. I know a lot of you guys are not too familiar with TA, but let me show you this downtrend that we're in. Okay, so you see that we've been on this downtrend kind of all the way since the 27th, which is 2 days ago. And the weekends are normally very, very bearish because there's not enough volatility, and these downtrends can continue throughout the weekends. And we could see some high volatility on the downside and upside on the weekend because with low volatility, if all of these people want to short a market or long a market, they can. And normally they short it and then they buy the bottoms or long the bottoms, and then they make a lot of money. But just showing you guys that the trend that we're in right now is we'll pump up, we'll have a higher high, right? So we go to the upside, right? And then we have this higher high. So like imagine if you didn't even look at this over here, right? Yes, this is important. Yeah, we had a triple top event right there, but you guys gotta understand this is a higher high right here, right? Higher high. We'll just put H, right? And then we have this downtrend, and then we have this right here, and this is a higher low, right? This is a higher low right here. We had this pump down, and then we had this push up, and this was the liquidating level where people thought there was going to be a higher low here, and those folks got liquidated because they set their stop loss a little bit too low, and they got wicked out by the institutions, so they thought it was going to be a higher low. And right now we are currently on this downtrend, probably going to have a little retracement upwards, and then reach a higher low than what we have here. But that's really what the trend is right now. I do see us having some high volatility either today or tomorrow that might send us quick to the 30 to the 31 range, even the 32 range. I know that's a pretty large range. That's a $3,000 range, 31, 30, and 32. But you guys got to understand that this is what the market will do, right? There'll be some consolidation randomly, and then we'll have these large spikes downwards in the matter of 15, 20 minutes. But this is how people are able to make a lot of money. If you're a market maker and you want to make a significant amount of gains, you could just send the market downwards super fast and then buy the bottom or somewhat long the bottom on leverage. But this is what happens, by the way. So I'm just explaining that to you guys. You don't need to worry about that too much. You just need to worry about how is the graph looking right now. It is looking bearish, but I do see some great levels of resistance, right? We have this 32 to 32,500. We have this 31,500 to 31 or 313. We have 30. I went all the way down to 29, 27, and 26 to 25. I found the ranges down there from previous resistance and supports. So you guys got to understand that these will come into play. If we have a dip down here, I guarantee you that these will go to some of these levels. I just put them all the way down to 25 because you guys never know. Might as well have that mapped out just in case. And that's how we were able to be very profitable on the last dip that we had. And it's always good to have these ranges already mapped out like I do. And we also have the ones on the upside. Which ones on the upside are the most significant? Which ones are they going to bounce off of? What has the most resistance? Well, we see this 36 to 37 K range right here as being a great range to short, guys. As the past a few days, we haven't been able to break out of it. We're not going to be able to break out of it over this weekend, most likely. So if we get anywhere above around that level, I would definitely say that's a great time to short all of your coins. Right now, we are testing this range. We could have a little bounce up, but I really do think that we're going to continue this little trend where we bounce up and then we go down. Maybe we'll have one that reaches that same level so that they'll liquidate some of these trades. When people are like, oh, it needs to go lower, it's going to go lower. And then it's actually going to go higher than this lower high right here. But for the most part, we have this 35 to kind of 37 level where this is going to be the perfect opportunity on the weekend to short. At least that's my my estimate on it after my hours and hours of putting in time on this. But yes, this level around 37 to around 36,334. If we get above there, I'm going to be shorting again. I have been longing on the bottoms. We said that there was going to be, or there could have been some breakout around 35 to this range right here. I'll show the range. It kind of hit it perfectly, right? I was doing longs on this bottom right here when we hit. It was this 37 or 34742 level to this 34691 level was a support and resistance that we had. mapped out. So it hit off that, bounced up, and was able to break out of this 37, put the short on around 37, got liquidated once, fell back through it, put another short on it, and then I've been riding it down, and I cashed out here at 34. And I'm debating on putting a long trade on as of right now. I really am focusing kind of on these altcoins as well. I'm just kind of not really focusing on Bitcoin, guys, too much. I'm focusing on these altcoins because these altcoins move a lot better price action than Bitcoin does. And I know it sucks to be bearish and to be the bearer of bad news, but there's still opportunities to make money, guys. We've been making money every single dip. And I know it sucks for some of you guys that have lost a lot of money. My heart goes out to you. My condolences go out to you. But I really want you to understand that you guys really need to get into this TA and get into these trends and these ranges and really get into reading if you guys want to be profitable during these dips. You can watch my streams or you can read on your own. But I do have books in the description that will help you a lot. But very, very important for you guys to understand the trend right now. So we do have this M that formed, by the way. We had an M, right? Picture this as an M, and it went down, right? Normally, once we reach this next support level, it'll have a little retracement upwards, just saying. But we'll still probably not be able to break that higher high. We'll probably end up going down. But I do see a significant event. You guys see how we have this dip right here that I circled, and we have this dip right here. I do think volatility is going to pick up, and we're going to have a large push downwards, right? It's going to be fast, right? These whales, want to know what they do? They do it fast enough so you retail investors don't have the opportunity to get into these trades really quick, right? And they do this fast for a reason, and it comes back up fast for a reason, and they make a lot of money, okay? So if this does happen, I will be live streaming and finding the bottoms and making a lot of gains off of it and showing you guys how this happens. Back in 2017, we had a slower pace dip. We still had some days where it would go down 20, 30%. And I know you guys are like, why are you talking about 2017, man, 2018? What do you mean? Guys, it's pretty important. The market right now is a lot more volatile. And I think this has to do with the amounts of institutions that are in crypto trading, right? These institutions, most of them are not hodling. Why are they not hodling? Because they know that there's a lot of retail money in it that just hodls. And they know that if they move the market, they can drive some of them out, leverage some of them out, and make a significant amount of money. It's very easy for these traders that are part of these hedge funds that have large liquidity to move markets. And it's a lot of free money for them, essentially. But just letting you guys know, when we see this spike of volatility downwards, it might be today, might be tomorrow, might be Monday, might not even happen. But my chances are it's probably going to happen, in my opinion, just because that's how, if I was a hedge fund, guys, you want to know what I would do? I would bring this down quick. I'd have a little push up, and then I would have some consolidation, and then I would bring it down and then buy the dip after shorting the dip. And I do think that's probably what's going to happen. But we'll have to see. Maybe we'll just continue a downtrend to around 32, bounce off of that. But I do see some volatility pushing it down, as this is how this has happened twice. A lot of confidence is driving out of the market, by the way. A lot of confidence is from these retail investors. They don't want to buy the dip. They can't buy the dip. A lot of you guys have your portfolios stuck right now, or did earlier, and you were like, I don't have enough money to buy the dip. Like, these people keep telling me to buy the dip, and I buy the dip, and it goes lower and lower and lower. Same thing happened in 2017, 2018. It was very frustrating for some of these investors. And you guys will hear these influencers, buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. Guys, let's look at this EMA level on the weekly. Like, this still has a lot of potential to go down. And I know this might be a sad thing that you guys do not want to hear, but a lot of these charts and stuff, like, if you guys really want to get the best opportunities, I mean, guys, look at this EMA level, right? We are still here. We could still go down here. And that's probably going to be around a 25 to 27K Bitcoin if we drop that low, maybe even in the low 20s. I don't know if we're going to see that. That would need to be a large spike of volatility to drive it that low, because people will continue to buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip. But yeah, I know not all of you guys have the ability to buy the dip, but there's still going to be more people that are going to buy the dip on the way down. But I do see maybe the 20s is going to be coming into play, but it will be a very, very quick and subtle 20s, in my opinion. But yes, so we went over the good short and long levels for Bitcoin in the ranges, and I have Ethereum mapped out, right? And you guys are like, whoa, why are these levels so low on Ethereum? Well, let me go, I believe if I go on the 1 day. No, I do not. Okay, is this mapped out? Yeah. I have ranges all the way down to 1300 with Ethereum. Why is it all the way down here? What are you doing, man? Well, if we had a 1300 Ethereum, I'm just getting prepared for the ranges if we did. Because I would be buying a lot of Ethereum at 1300. I'm going to be doing a video with this guy who's he's a Canadian fellow, right? It's actually I'm gonna have Michael Saylor on my show talking about Ethereum and how it's a lot better than Bitcoin and how the proof of stake. So hit that like button and hit that subscribe button if you're ready for Michael Saylor to come on my show, and that Canadian fellow will tell us how much better Ethereum is. That's gonna happen today. But we will be buying Ethereum on the dip. We have a lot of events coming out for Ethereum. I mean, these whales could just be pushing down Ethereum or pushing down the market to buy some Ethereum on the dip. I do see Ethereum pulling off at least a 10x by next year, even if we're in some sort of bear market, if it gets down into these 15 to 1600 levels. But the video is going to be a thing that's talking about how Ethereum can go to 130K by next year, but it's just going to be clickbait, but that's what the article says. But I really do think that Ethereum could be around 20 to 30K by next year. I'm just going to say a 10x comfortably if we get down to these levels and you guys buy it. Very, very safe investment. And there's ways that you guys could be staking it as well. So I will get into that later today. Very, very good video. You guys want to stay tuned to that. It'll be a live stream, so it'll be fun. But yeah, here are my ranges for Ethereum. But we do have quite a bit of animosity in the air. I really want to be able to pick up some Ethereum around this 1852 level. This is where we got it last dip. Let's go back to last dip, right? We got some at this 1852 and the 1780, what was this? 1787 level. We got a nice 50% gain on this one. I remember that. 60% actually. I was longing it with leverage, guys, at those levels. Made a lot of money off of that, right? It's because I had these ranges already mapped out before. And this is a very successful strategy, right? Just mapping out the ranges, preparing for the worst, hoping for the best, right? I hope the market goes up. I really do hope it goes up, but I'm prepared for the dip, right? I'll be profitable if it goes up. I'll be profitable if it goes down. And that's what you guys have to understand. If you guys can prepare for both situations, you can have the highest success rate out of the people who are just hodling, right? But yes, I do see possibly these other zones can come into play. We will be buying this up in these zones. I mean, guys, a $1,300 Ethereum with everything that's coming out. Come on, like that would be an insatiable buy. For any of you guys that are going to be holding or even trading, I'm going to suggest possibly no, I would just say just for you people who are holding, if we get to that 1800 to 1500 level, I would dollar cost average in between that level your entire 50% of your portfolio, not your entire portfolio, but 50% of your portfolio into that, and maybe keep adding, because Ethereum is going to be one of these cryptos that you guys are going to want to hold forever. Like really, I mean, unless it pulls off like a 20x or 30x, you're going to want to sell, obviously. But we'll get more into Ethereum. But guys, it's just too bullish in the long term to not talk about it. But yes, Ethereum is going to probably reach these levels if we do have that dip. And this is going to be, guys, this is going to be a fire sale. This is going to pump up. There's a lot of talk about how institutions are wanting to drive down the price of Ethereum to buy it at a lower cost. And that could be possible, but at the end of the day, guys, we've went over all the bubbles that are in crypto right now. We have this DeFi bubble with these lending platforms. We have these overvalued companies with no products. And these DeFi platforms, guys, how are they going to be able to give 120% APY when we're in a bear market, right? They're obviously trading your money. And when there's less liquidity in the markets, how are they going to be able to pay that interest, right? These APY companies, where you're staking your crypto and you get like 200% a year, they're gonna be robbing people soon, guys. Because if there's not enough liquidity in the market, it can't go around to all these programs. And that's just a bull market things, guys, that you see is these APY things come out, and has never ended well. But I see that panning out. Maybe in the next 3 to 4 months, we could have that bubble burst on these APY programs if we don't have another bull or another push upwards, because they need more liquidity, guys. A lot of these people are going to lose out with these large staking or yielding programs. So be careful for that. Be careful for that. We will be, we don't have any bias on the market, guys. But there's a lot of things right now that are pointing to the downside. I've been through 2017. I've experienced it. We have these IDO scams. We have these farming scams. I wouldn't say scams, but they're just negative on the market rates. And we also have an insane amount of scarcity in the markets, where it's not just the majority of people are scared. It's the retail investors are scared. Everyone's scared right now. And I really do think one more dip is going to really scare a lot of people out of the market. Because they're like 3 dips in a row, and we'll still make some money off if there is this large third dip, but hopefully there isn't. But if there is, we'll just be buying up some Ethereum. I really want you guys to understand. I'm pulling out a little BitBoy crypto, guys, 135k Ethereum, but I am extremely bullish, guys. Once you watch that stream, you will fully understand the true value of Ethereum. It'll change your entire perspective on crypto. I can guarantee you that after this video with this beautiful Canadian Michael Saylor. What else are we going to get into? So we had Zen pump up, right? The market is looking a little bit bearish, but if we see Zen hit these levels up here, and we get a little bullish pump up, let's say 37k Bitcoin, Zen will probably bounce up all the way up to here, right? Well, we might see that. But if it does, you know what you guys are going to do? You're going to short it, because if this happens this weekend, we're not going to have enough volatility to go over 37k, 36k. There has been no sort of event that has pointed towards that. Maybe if we have crypto banter buy a bunch of Bitcoin and chill on his channel, it might change the market a little bit. Kidding. I know, you guys. Yeah, guys. Oh, by the way, you all will be getting banter bags. Seriously, I will be doing a banter bag. It's completely free, and you guys will have the ability to get free mining equipment through HNT and make significant amounts every month. That's my banter bag giveaway, by the way. So really make sure to stay tuned to that. Okay, guys, look at this. This just pumped up. Look at this. Look at the pump that we just had. Wow. Once it reaches back below, we'll probably be doing some shorting. That's absolutely insane. You see all the liquidations that was right there? That's an institutional candle, guys, right there. That's an example of why you guys have to be risk mitigated, because if you guys have a 3-to-1 trading ratio where if you lose 3 trades, right, all you have to do is win 1 to break even. I'd recommend for you newcomers, do a 5-to-1 ratio. You could lose 5 trades and only win 1, and you guys will be okay. I would recommend doing only 2 to 3x leverage to start off. But just try and understand the graphs. And if you guys are not still profitable, just try with fake money. I'd really recommend reading as well, because I do try and help as much as I can. Maybe just focus on my streams and what I'm doing. All right, so we had that large pump. Was I just seeing something wrong? What was I on? I thought this was HNT. Sorry, guys. I got 1 ETH at 2,700. Would it be wise to sell now for my loss? I would wait for a little pump with Bitcoin and then put a 10% stop loss, Burgermeister. Yeah, anyone that's holding anything right now, just put your stop loss on it and be prepared for if we do have another dip. I would say wait for a little bit of a pump up, because when we have these dips with Bitcoin, we'll have this rise, right? We'll have this rise, and then we'll have a little bit of consolidation, right? We'll have this consolidation zone, then we'll have a large drop, right? It's happened the past 2 times. And actually, this is what happened in 2017 when we had these dips. I remember staring at the charts like, oh, this is going to happen again, guys. It's going to happen again. We're having the consolidation. And I'll be saying the same thing once I see that consolidation. I'll be giving a little heads up if it does look a little bit bearish. Very bearish with these dips. It's so weird how it's always some consolidation, a little push up, a little consolidation, and larger dips. But yes, I do see a little push up, at least today. We are just bouncing off of this 34k zone. But guys, it's looking bearish as all hell right now. But we could have some micro bullishness to this 47k or 37k, not 47. I mean, that's 10%. If it does go up 10, 8%, 6%, 7%, 5%. Those are great levels to short on with low leverage. For some of you guys that are inexperienced, low leverage. But yeah. Any thoughts that the theory that Bitcoin will crash September 21st as whales bought in September 20th and need to wait for a year to reduce capital gains rates? Yes. I do see that as a theory, guys. You know what capital gains is? It's taxed for you guys can get less taxed in America or in certain countries. I believe it's every single other country for holding over a year. And if you hold Bitcoin for over a year, and let's say you own some September, you bought some last September, last October, you know what I mean? You guys would want to be selling now. You're like, oh, geez, let's sell now, because they technically would be losing around. Well, it depends from I believe where you live. In each country to country. I mean, yeah, it does depend, but let's just say it was you would make 10 to 20% more a year, or you would make 10 to 20% more if you waited an entire year before selling, right? So if Bitcoin goes down 30%, 20%, I would probably still hold that if I was only a few months away, and maybe hope for the best, prepare for the worst. I don't know. I would have already dang sold it by now, guys, and I would have made that 20%. Just saying, guys. But yeah, possibly. I think those whales are smarter than that. I don't think too many people are holding on to Bitcoin for dear life, to be completely honest with you. But I mean, a few people are but not these institutional whales or these other large influencers, or not influencers, but wallets. Yeah, some of them are holding, but they're trading as well, guys. This market is very, very trade oriented. And by the way, guys. Wait, what was I going to say? It was very important. I think I forgot what I was going to say. I got a little distracted. Sorry. A little tired, but I was looking, let me see. Whales, something about whales. Sorry. All right, so we'll go over Matic. I just totally forgot what I was going to say. A little sleep deprived, but I'm still at the edge of my game, right? So when I'm tired, guys, and when the market is at this type of era where we are, I perform my best because I know that money is going to be made. Look at this short levels that we had in Matic. We had one there, one there, one there. And Matic, I would look at shorting if it really pushes through this. This would need to be probably around a 5 or 6% dip in Bitcoin to bring Matic to like around this, say around this 113 to 119 level. Maybe a little bit less. I haven't been following Matic too much. I've been focusing on these coins that have been pumping up to short, as HNT was a nice short that we had yesterday. It did pump up overnight though, exactly at this white line that we were like, oh, Bitcoin might pump up and we might see HNT pump up, and be a good time to put in a good time for you guys to really listen to me and say, set your stop losses if you guys are leverage trading. Take profits. If you guys are in profit on a leverage trade, you guys better be taking them. If you're shorting the market and you're in profit, move up your stop loss. A lot of you guys will get overconfident. You will get over happy. You're like, oh, the market's just going to keep on dipping, you know? We're just going to go all the way down here, and I'm going to make 50% times 10 in one day for my trade. Guys, it doesn't work like that. And if it does, you're very, very lucky, because 8 times, 9 times out of 10, that's not going to happen. And you're going up against the data, and you're going to get hurt. But as of right now, where's the data pointing towards Bitcoin? We said it's going somewhere in this downwards direction. But yeah, I would see Bitcoin needing to take around, let's see, around this 32 level for maybe around a 12% drop in Matic, around a 9.5% drop in Bake. Bake's already had a large drop. We've been shorting this one as well. I do love buying Bake, especially if we have a large dip. I guarantee you Bake will go up. Once we hit that bottom, it could be in those 30 or 20s areas. We'll have to see. Do see Bake hitting around I would say this $2 area, right? This $2 area. But last time we caught this, we had some great gains, around 90% to 100%. But I do see the similar level panning out, as we're still way too goddamn high, guys. Bake's at $4, guys. Bake's at $4, right? Bake's at $4. Look where we were when we had this crash. We were at $1.9. Guys, we're not that far away from it, right? This is going to be one hell of a short, 52%. When Bitcoin, you guys get what I'm saying, right? I would be, this is one of my main targets on my stream as well, that we've been doing is Bake for shorting. If we do have that dip, we're just being prepared. And I know shorting is George's worst enemy. George is like, why are you guys leverage trading? Why are you guys leverage trading? I'm kidding. I love you, George. But guys, when stuff is looking like that and Bitcoin is looking bearish, there's no reason not to just maybe look into shorting, not do it yourself, but maybe look into how these people are doing it. Yeah, but look at ETC. ETC has been panning out exactly as predicted. This is a very, very easy one to chart. It's not too consolidated. It just has these big breakouts, these big breakdowns. Guys, look at ETC. Look how volatile this thing is. This thing is wild. But we did have this $70 zone yesterday, and this 78 to 79 as a short zone, and it is doing very, very good. I would say definitely move up your take profits if you guys are in profits on ETC on your shorts. I would say if we have a bounce back up to the 70-71 zone, these are going to be good buys again. If we go to the 78-79 zone, are going to be great shorts again. Because guys, we have the resistance here. We have the resistance here, right? Make sure that you guys understand that we have resistance at these current levels, and it's going to be hard for Bitcoin to break out, because when Manic goes up, let's say Manic goes up 17%, Bitcoin went up around 5%, right? It's around actually 5.8% Manic, or Bitcoin went up, or 6.4% Bitcoin will go up if Manic goes up that much. So Bitcoin could go up that much, so make sure to set your stop losses and get ready to short, because we have a lot of resistance up there. It's a lot easier to short, in my opinion, than long the bottoms when we're in this type of situation we are. I did do a few longs, but not too many. A lot better success rate. Very, very great success rate on these shorts, as we have just been in this bearish divergence, or this bearish trend for Bitcoin. We did have this bearish Gratley pattern. Now we have this M pattern. We've been seeing W's as well, guys. Let me go to the W patterns. Look at W there. When we have a W here, here's another kind of M situation. I guess you can call this a W as well. But yeah, a lot of chart patterns. You guys don't need to figure out chart patterns to a T. It's more of just the ranges. And yeah, chart patterns could help, but most likely they're going to hurt you if you guys are not too influential on chart patterns. I would just say focus on the ranges, focus on support and resistance. We'll be streaming probably later today, going over some great buys. Also Dash, guys, look at Dash. Dash pumped up way too much, way too much. When you see these coins do this, when you see coins go up around 20% on a day like today, or a day like yesterday, and it's still looking bearish, these are the signs, guys, that I should short this, right? Look how much this is down from, let's just take this resistance line right here. Already went around 12% down from that level. Those are some good profits on if you guys got into something around that level. We have the resistance. I'll show you guys the resistance right here. Look at, we had this breakdown at this level. We had a breakdown at this level again. We had a breakdown at that level, right? We had a push up there. Very, very cool, guys. Very, very cool. All right, what else? Let me go into, I'm just showing you guys the best shorts and the most volatile coins, because this is what you guys will make the most profits on. Coins that are overpriced, coins that aren't even close to the level that they were when they had a other dip, and it's just looking like we're going to have another dip. Possibility, right? I'm just saying the trends look like that. The narrative kind of feels like that a little bit. So really make sure to take that into consideration. I'm not trying to scare any of you guys into panic selling. I'm just saying a stop loss would be very beneficial to you guys. As I've been through 2017, I've been through dips like this. I've been through situations like this. This is how I'm able to survive and benefit, because I learned from my mistakes. I was like, how are people making money from this? And I luckily did have a great mentor as well. But I have really been, I did a lot of Forex before crypto as well. So over the past like 7 years, I've been very, very TA oriented based. Crypto is not the hardest to TA. You just need simple rules. You guys have to be charting the past, right? When we look at the past, right? When we look at the past, you guys have to be charting the past, right? Because you could find these support and resistance zones. You see this thing all the way up here, right? You're like, oh no, it can never go back to these levels down here, right? But it does, guys, it does. And it's kind of funny how that pans out with some of these cryptos as you get to some of these low zones. This happens every single bull cycle, or it has like 4 or 5 months before the bull cycle, you have the same exact prices. But it's pretty funny how they hit the almost exact resistance and supports. And yeah, but make sure to chart on your own. Look up tutorial videos. I have a few on my channel. But support, resistance, there's a book that you guys can read, and just don't jump into this head first if you guys don't have at least some success on paper trading, which is free trading, and charting as well. But yeah, you guys could also be using these trend lines. I do use trend lines. I tend to delete them after the trade. Probably should stop doing that. But you see, there's kind of one right here. This would be a better example. You see these wicks are touching this, they're kind of bouncing off of it, right? When something breaks through this, most of the time, if it breaks through, you're going to have a downside run, right? And if we go to AAVE and we go to Bitcoin, when did this happen, guys? May 24th to May 28th. You guys will look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's doing the same exact thing, but with just less volatility. You need to figure out what are these altcoins doing compared to Bitcoin, right? And I guarantee you Bitcoin looks exactly like this. All right, what else? What other coins? XRP, we can do a little XRP. I don't like XRP too much just because of the I love their use case. I love their fundamentals, and I have traded them a decent amount, but there's more money, in my opinion, that I can make from these other altcoins other than XRP. I do have a trading bot that loves XRP because it moves very, very simply, which is a good thing for higher leverage, but I would not suggest it for any of you guys. But XRP is just, in my opinion, I wouldn't physically trade it. I wouldn't trade it by hand. I would trade it by bot, just because it's not as volatile as these other cryptos. It is down 8% today, but let's go look at it right now. So we're in this channel, guys. You saw this channel right here. Boom, short, long, short, long, short, long, whatever. But we finally broke out of this trend line right here, right? You guys look at every single graph. We break down, boom, to the downside, right? And then if you guys even want to do this one, this is a little trend line though. I guess this one kind of works, but you guys see, oh, boom, breaks down out of that. And you guys could also do them from the upside as well to find out when things are going to have a chance of breaking out if it has a nice push above. But make sure to move that stop loss up just because they can push back up. All you guys need to do is figure out what's your risk versus reward. How many trades can you make and it will be profitable. I really suggest if you guys are new, all you need to do is win around 4 to 5 trades, or you need to win 1 trade for 4 to 5 to be canceled out, right? You could lose 3, maybe 4 of them, and you just win 1 and it gets canceled out. Calculate your risk versus reward. It's called RR, like a seal, RR. But yeah, so we have this downtrend. We broke through this, right? Boom, up to the upside. And you guys can kind of figure out those lines a little bit, but really figure out the support, the resistance levels, and these channels. Really trying to help you guys out here. ETC as well. We'll go through ETC a little bit. Yeah, I will be going live though with a bunch of people as well, getting some of your guys' input and opinions on what you want to chart. It makes it easier for me to stream when I have people in Discord that are helping me with the questions and stuff. It's a lot better because then they can answer some of them too. They have a similar opinion or a similar mindset as you do if you guys are new to crypto, and it just works out better, right? So ETC, we have this line hit twice through the dips, right? This isn't, guys, look where Bitcoin's at right now. ETC has to drop around 30% if Bitcoin goes down another, let's say 8-10%. That's a 3-to-1 ratio. That's not too bad for ETC in my opinion. But this one's going to be one that's pretty volatile, and we've seen some large spikes with ETC in the past. We were actually fortunate to get around 800% return back in the beginning of time in my YouTube channel. What else? Let me go over a few more. Helium, we just did Helium. Helium right now, I know a lot of you guys put in some trades on Helium, and you guys are probably in profit right now, even if you didn't put a stop loss on. We said around this 20 to 21 level was a great trade to put in. I believe it was right over here. Was this the 28th, 29th? Yeah, 21 to 20 level. But we said also that this 19 to this 18 level was also good to put some shorts on it, just because it pumped up so much. And the Banter bags, guys, I am going to be doing something with Helium possibly. It'll be free. It's a pretty cool thing how Helium works if you guys haven't looked into that. You guys will be able to get like free mining equipment or whatever. It costs like $1 a month in electricity, and you can make like a couple $100 a month from these free miners that do something, or that mine through your electricity. Pretty cool. But depending on where you live, you can make a lot more if you have good signal and stuff. All you guys will get free Banter bags, right? Yeah, and it tracks you. I'm kidding, guys. Pretty cool project Helium. I might do a deeper dive on them and just show you guys exactly how this mining equipment goes out if you want it. What happens is you get like 20%, and I believe they get like 80%, the person whoever is buying them. It's kind of a Ponzi scheme, but you guys are still making money for free. Pretty cool. Because they have to be like 900 meters apart from each other, so they can't have them all in one warehouse. That's why they have to do that. But we have this trend resistance with HNT. If we break below this, I do see a little down push incurring. We just need to look at Bitcoin though. When you look at Bitcoin, yeah, Bitcoin just hanging on a prayer, living on a prayer with Bitcoin right now. But as you guys see, we've just been bouncing up, waving around at this level. We are having some consolidation. So when we do have some consolidation, guys, look at drop down. This was just a drop down, but look at consolidation, drop down, boom, right? We had some consolidation here, drop down, consolidation, boom, right? Consolidation means like, especially the past week or two, consolidation means we're about to blow. don't think of it like that, but that's kind of how it's been. I know you guys relate, but yeah, that's kind of how we've been with this chart so far. I'm on the 1 minute though, so let's go on the 7 minute a little bit. You guys can see what I'm talking about. Consolidation, boom. Consolidation, right? Consolidation. You guys do not like to see consolidation because we rarely have upside with consolidation. We just have these rockets upwards with very few consolidations. It's just normally just a rocket up. All right, so is Cartsy just a BitBoy shill token, and what's your preferred exchange? I use multiple exchanges. I would say for anyone that's new, possibly Binance. I don't know. It's just personal preference for leverage trading. I do like FTX. FTX is very good. Very good. You need to be using VPNs if you guys are in some certain countries. But yeah, so Bitcoin is looking a little bearish. I'll stream again later covering this. I just want to get a little quick update on what's going to be happening with the markets. But as of right now, it is looking bearish. And I do expect you guys to be able to make some sizable gains if we do reach this 36,500 or even 3,600 and even 3,500 zone. This could be a new resistance level to short at. But just make sure you space out your short trades or you space out your long trades if we do have this dip on the way down. But with that being said, hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and make sure to really stay happy a little bit, right? So even if you guys are down a lot of money, it's just money at the end of the day. It's just crypto. You guys will make it back next bull run, right? Even during a bear market, guys, those are the best times to make gains because you could buy stuff at a low price, and you guys will be able to 100, 200x within just the span of like 3 or 4 years. I promise you guys will have some 100x's under your belt if you stick with this. Possibly even 200 to 300x's. Imagine you guys have just $1,000, right? In 3 or 4 years, if you invest it into the right project. I'm gonna make you guys take profits though. If you are doing that, you should be. But you could turn that into quite a lot of money, right? I've had multiple 100x's in literally the span of around 8 to 10 months. I've had around, well, it was like 13 months, but around 8 to 10 months for around 4 projects. I had over 100x. It is possible. We just need to see how low we can go, and I just want to let you guys know that these dips are a blessing in disguise. You guys will be able to stick with crypto while these other people leave, and they will buy on top of your projects that you're up 20, 30x on. I've seen it happen, and I really want to let you guys know if you stick with this, maybe you don't even have money in the market, right? So maybe you're just preparing for a bear market. And I mean, that's not, it's always good to have some sort of money in it so you pay attention to it more. And you guys could still be making gains through this period. But I just want to let you guys know that bear markets are great for making money, and you guys really will want to stick with crypto over the next 4 to 5 years, especially to improve and better your lives, because I know you guys can. Those of you guys that want to put in the time and the effort, you guys are going to be improving your lives in the next 3 or 4 years. But those people who quit on crypto, who lost all their money because they leveraged it away too quick, or they lost all their money because they put it into donkey finance, they'll be back, right? They'll be back. Or if that was you, you can learn and listen and really try and make sure when you put more money in crypto that you're going to be doing the right things. So that's the end of the stream. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day.